Alright, so this is another video for Dead by Daylight Mobile, and I wanted to show the build that I had, which was just self-heal, since I had prestiged Clouded Morel for the first time. And I know this is a big jump from the previous video, but there is also a large experience gap, so I tried to keep it as close as to what I was currently. We find the first generator, and but the killer approaches us when we're almost done with it. I do try to skip all the repairs and the loading while I'm working on any generator or healing to try to speed up the gameplay. While I was getting chased, the generator gets done, but well, since I was rank 9, the killer is most likely around the same level. On mobile, it doesn't show you what ranking any of the killer or your teammates are, so but we can just trust that it has the skill matchmaking. So I know the killer is incredibly close, but I found the nearest pallet ready to try to juke him and circle him around it, but I don't see him until now, which makes me get nervous, and I missed the skill check on the generator. I managed to get away and finish this generator, right? And then right when I go outside, I accidentally let go of my cursor, of my left cursor movement, so I just stand in front of him and he gets a free hit. So I go back to that pallet I knew was at the corner and hit him, which lets me have time to go even further, but I should have stayed back and checked whether he broke it or not, but I find another pallet. There was I wasn't sure if there would be time to heal, so I try to work on the generator instead, since I know that'll probably keep the killer with a lot of pressure to try and stop us. But it is very risky, since I could get knocked down in one hit. Since two of my teammates arrived near me, I knew I could have time to heal, but I wasn't sure. Well, since my other teammate came by with the killer, we just risked it instead and got the heal. And the killer leaves us alone for a little bit, and I just work on the generator, because I really like rushing the generators to get done. And I know my teammates can keep the killer distracted, so I just keep working on it. The shack was also nearby, so I know I can trust. I know I can trust looping him around here. The killer gets tired of me, and I try to go back to working on that generator, but he's still guarding it and he pops it. I thought he was gonna disconnect, so I started going to the generator, but he didn't, and but he still went another way that allowed me to keep working on it. Plus, it was almost complete, so I'd rather, since the pallet was still there on the shack, I'd rather work on the generator. I accidentally medium vault or medium speed vault the window, but he still doesn't reach me. I should have probably not tried to work on the generator. And this game, I had my brightness really low, which and I couldn't tell if the windows were opened. I mean, I couldn't tell the window was locked, but I still managed to get away. My teammate had the door at 99, so that our other teammates, once our other teammates were arrived, we could all leave and make sure none of us would die. I was just waiting for my other teammate to arrive, so that to ensure that we could leave. So we managed to win this game, and now we're on to the next. Alright, so we start on family residence. And of course the first goal is to find the generator, so we can start working on it. I spot the generator that's on top of the hill and try to speed up to it, since as I get closer to it I don't see my heart glowing, and so I know the killer isn't nearby. I was halfway onto the generator until I noticed that one of my teammates was getting chased, but fortunately they didn't run towards this way, towards the way of my generator, and I keep working on it, and a new teammate was able to arrive and start helping. And of course, there's still the glitch where there's a large light that shows as I'm working on the generator at certain parts of the animation. It really only bothers when we're fighting the killers that can try to sneak up on you or go invisible or have small terror radii. But then we move on to the next generator and manage to complete it without any problems. Only that one of my teammates got injured. And I also applied the bond perk, which so it allowed me to see where my other teammate was that was injured. And since I know that they're not too close to this generator, I also tag along with my teammate. Once we were done with the generator, at around the same time my teammate goes down, and I try going in for the save. Very stealthily. I have to use a lot of stealth since the killer was just there, but with the audio visual cues, I'm able to tell that he's far from my teammate, or to the right. And I still had my brightness low, and I thought there was a window that I could vault, but there wasn't anything, so I ended up running on the wall. And I start healing behind this tree, but now that I think about it, it would have probably been safer to go into the walls that were to the left of us in case the killer came to us, but fortunately the killer didn't arrive and we got the heal. There are only 2 generators left, and this is one of the middle generators, but we managed to get it off. And normally the killer wants to heavily guard the middle generator. I wasn't sure how close the killer was to us, but I know that the heart can get extremely red when he's nearby, as such shown. So I got the heal. I also got the heal on my other teammate, and continued going to trying to look for the last generator. And I do run a lot in these games, but I'm aware when the killer is chasing any of my teammates, and sometimes I try to take the place of my teammates because I feel more comfortable being chased. So I try to expose myself a bit, and I also have this pallet. But I believe I see a window. I thought I saw a window, but I didn't see anything and got hit. Oh yeah, I thought I saw a pallet that was dropped. So I go to the door, but it was just a door, and I get blocked and got hit back for it. I wasn't fast enough to make it to this vault, so I get knocked down. But all my teammates were incredibly close to where I was, and the moment I get hanged, one of my teammates distracts the killer, and the other teammate saves me. I also, since my teammate had borrowed time, I gained a small amount of time that I could take damage. Well, I gained endurance. And since I saw my teammate running that way, I thought the killer was behind him, but he was actually behind me. And I got knocked for it. But I unfortunately get saved. We still need to do the last generator. So, and half of us are injured. And all I can do is keep the killer distracted until one of my teammates finishes the generator. Here I almost get hanged, but my teammate blocks the way, and we make it out. And the chase starts all over again. Here we're on the other side of the building, so I feel a little more comfortable knowing that that there's a bit more room to work with. It's important to always keep your distance from the killer, and depending on what killer you're facing, it's good to wait to see them break the pallet. But on other killers like Huntress, who can actually throw the hatchet at you, well, you can't really stand around the pallet and wait. We got some time to heal before facing the killer again and trying to rescue my teammate. And since I have Bond, I was able to see that one of my teammates was working on a generator because that teammate was injured. And I believe I leave Zevers, my teammate, to work and try to rescue Smart Noob. Unfortunately, Zevers was not able to unhook Smart Noob, and Smart Noob doesn't make it. I keep the gates at 99 to see if we can form a plan to rescue Zevers, but OmniBlue also goes down, trying to rescue him. I didn't really trust that I could save both of them, so I go in for OmniBlue, and then I rush all the way back because I know the killer is gonna go right after us, since they're both near each other, and you can hear Billy with the chainsaw. I open the gate and I just leave because I know that we won't be able to save Zevers. Well, without with the lack of experience that we have at this point. And that would be it for both games. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you enjoyed.